Bible Timeline Beginning to End, Part 2, and I'm putting all these in a playlist at the top of my page. God's ready to build his nation. This is the nation of Israel, or God's people. And Abram is the man that God's going to do that through. Abram is in Haran with his wife Sarai and his nephew Lot. And God speaks to him and is like, hey, leave this place and go to the place that I'm going to show you. The place that God shows him is Canaan, which we call the Promised Land. Now, Abram knows nothing about this land, but what does he do? He listens to what God says and he goes. Now, when they get over to Canaan, they are very blessed and have a lot of possessions, both Abram and Lot. So they split up and divide the land. Lot settles near Sodom and finds himself in a lot of trouble, but that's a lesson for another day. Several times God has promised Abraham. He tells him, I'm going to build a huge nation through you, and your descendants will actually be more than the number of stars in the sky. Now, fun fact, Abram was 75 when God called him out of Haran. And at this point, he's quickly approaching 100. Now, Abram and Sarah had faith in what God said, that they were going to produce a nation through him. But they thought, well, maybe it's not through Sarah. So, as it was common during those days, Sarai is like, hey, look, take my slave Hagar and let her be a surrogate for us. They do just that. Hagar becomes pregnant with Abram's first son named Ishmael. Fast forward a bit, and just like God promised, he starts a nation through Abram. At this time, he changes his name to Abraham and Sarai's name to Sarah. And at their very old age, they have a son and name him Isaac. So at this point, Abraham has two sons, Ishmael and Isaac. As you would imagine, there's a lot of tension and jealousy. Sarah's like, hey, Hagar and Ishmael need to go. Send them away. Abraham is hesitant, but as he gets encouragement from God, he does just that. He sends them away. Ishmael's bloodline is actually the line where we see Islam or the Muslim religion come from, but we won't get into that here. Continuing on, Abraham's son Isaac marries a woman named Rebekah, and they have two sons, Esau and Jacob. Esau, as the oldest of Isaac's two sons, he is to get the birthright or the majority of the inheritance from his father. But again, jealousy leading to trickery. Jacob tricks him out of that, and he actually gets the blessing from his father, Isaac. So as you would expect, Esau becomes angry and he wants to do away with his brother Jacob. So Jacob flees to another land. Jacob spends 20 years there and gets married, actually twice, and he has a large family. Eventually, he is called home to his brother Esau and his father Isaac. He's nervous as to what he's going to run into with Esau, but surprisingly, he accepts him with open arms. Once Jacob returns home, God continues to build his nation through Jacob. He changes his name from Jacob to Israel. Just to recap, God has promised Abraham to build his nation through him. That has been passed to Isaac, now to Jacob, who is renamed Israel. Think about it. I promise you can get it. Israel has 12 sons. I'm not going to name them all here, but his 12 sons eventually become the 12 tribes of Israel. God continues to use this family in a big way. Next up is Joseph. You may have heard the story, Joseph and his coat of many colors. He's sold into slavery in Egypt, but that's coming up next in part 3.